Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Film Seizure. My name is Jason Oliver, and with me today, as always, I have Chuck Moore. Chuck with his little chuckle smirk there. Say hello, Chuck.
A chuckle smurf?
Chuckle
What is that?
A smirk.
Oh, smirk.
Say hello.
Hello, buddy.
And Jeff, you do the same. Say hello, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, we are honoring Robert Redford again for the second week with the 1969 film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Directed by George Roy Hill, who we've seen before. He did The Sting, right?
Mm-hmm.
A movie we probably should have just talked about again, in my opinion. But but we're gonna talk about Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Probably more of a Paul Newman film than a Robert Redford film. But
yeah, I mean, I will say that I think there could have been other Robert Redford movies we could have picked. There could have been better Robert Redford movies we could have picked. We could have picked one of the ones that he directed instead of started. But regardless of what people think about this movie, this is kind of an important movie in a way, right? Like, it's not, I wouldn't call it necessarily culturally important, but when you think of like Paul Newman and Robert Redford, a lot of people think this movie or The Sting, which was their only two movies. But I think that this is a movie that has a lot of notoriety. I don't want to quite say prestige because I think that can be questioned. But it certainly has a lot of notoriety because of the two lead stars.
yeah, they're both very handsome, very affable folk. And I guess, this did kind of make a star out of Robert Redford, which is funny because I went back after I watched the movie, had a lot of thoughts about it that I kind of germinated on last night and this morning. And then I decided to look up and see if Pauline Kael had said anything about this movie. And she did. And she didn't like it. And I agree with her on almost every point. But this is a funny little thing she said. She said, Butch Cassidy will probably be a hit. It has a great title, and it has a star appeal for a wide audience. Redford, who is personable and can act, is overdue for stardom, though it will be rather a joke if he gets it out of this non-acting role. Newman throws the ball to him often. That's really exactly what one feels he's doing, and is content to be his infectiously good-humored, one assumes, self. And yeah, she kind of hit the nail right on the head there for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot to say about these two characters because I don't think the Sundance Kid is all that good of a guy. I mean, aside from the killing the people and the robbing of the trains and the whatnot.
I mean, he's not. He's definitely not.
He takes a bad turn. Like the first half, I think it's a movie of two halves. I think the first half is very likable. I think they're both fairly likable in the first half of this movie. They seem to go out of their way not to hurt people, right? But in the pursuit of still like being two-bit bandits robbing trains and banks. But in the second half of this movie, it gets dark, and I don't like it.
I don't think you're alone in that. And I don't think you're alone. I think that was a lot of what a lot of critics said too. It's kind of funny because like, this is a movie that is, I mean, this is kind of an early example, right? Of a movie that is powered by it's a populist movie, right? It's powered by the audience for its notoriety, its acclaim, its Oscars, whatnot. And it's a movie that is, what is the critical, mixed reviews from the critics, yet it is still listed on the AFI list.
Yeah, it is an absolute insane to me that this is a top 10 and that it's rated higher than McCabe and Miss Miller and the top 10 Westerns, American Westerns of all time. That is crazy. That is just crazy. Like, McCabe and Mrs. Miller is an objectively better movie in every way, shape, and form. Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if I had necessarily seen this movie all the way through. I mean, if I did, I was probably a kid and it was probably just on or something, I certainly had seen a lot of bits of this movie.
Yes.
This is certainly a famous movie without necessarily needing to be seen. I know how it ends. In fact, they were so certain to telegraph how this was going to end. The credits tell you how it's going to end. These guys are all dead.
Yeah.
They're all gone now. But I think this is a movie that I probably score higher simply because I do think that the performances are good. And I think that there are some good things in this that largely outweigh the negative for me. But I think it is one that I have got some complicated feelings about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I certainly do. It's also interesting to me that this came out the same year as The Wild Bunch. And the Wild Bunch was the actual name of Butch and Sundance's gang. It was not the Hole in the Wall gang. It was the Wild Bunch. But the Wild Bunch was a competing script in Hollywood that rushed to production with Peckinpah to come out before this. And I don't know if that painted this movie into a corner and they couldn't call the gang the Wild Bunch and they had to change the name of it or not. I don't know. But the Wild Bunch is also an objectively better movie than this because it has a consistent tone. Like, these are bad men, but there's a redemption arc, and it kind of ends the same way, but in a redeeming way, right? Mm. And this movie, it's just very, just kind of, it ends in a void. It's kind of, I don't know, for I guess they want to make it seem a little bit heart-wrenching because you're supposed to get to like them as characters, but they don't really.
I didn't
feel that. Yeah,
I didn't feel that, and I really what I took from this is that there's inevitability.
Sure.
In the end, not so much that you're supposed to care so much, but that you are going to arrive here at some point, no matter what.
It's like they wanted to make Bonnie and Clyde, but didn't have the balls.
Sure, yeah, and I think that even the first half, I didn't I'll just say the character name. I don't ever like Sundance in this movie. I don't think he's a good person at all, ever. Like, the first time he shows up at his girlfriend at his house, I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, fuck you. What is your problem?
For sure. That gave me real big ick. And then it was kind of like, okay, well, they were playing a game maybe, and I sort of let it go. But then there's this whole thing where she's really in love with Butch. And I was just like, this is all just strange, and I don't like it.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of triangle there in reality, but yeah, it's not played off here. Like, she seems like a sensible person. Like, she would go for Butch, not for Sundance. And she might actually might be able to get Butch to go straight for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that either.
Well, yeah, we can't know, right?
Because the real version of that character, the reality of that person at a place, there's a lot of mystery around that. Nobody knows when she died, where she ended up. There were a lot of
certain that she did leave them.
She did. She wasn't there when they died, but that was the last place that she was ever seen.
There's no even real proof that the two guys that died were definitively them that are talked about in this movie, because they've been exhumed multiple times and not found any DNA trace. And maybe they just don't know where they're buried, but
It could be that,
obviously
yeah.
they don't know where they're buried if they're not finding DNA trace, or there isn't a really good link
Yeah.
to
I
that.
didn't look at all into the real story whatsoever. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
Other
was
than the
more-
Wild Bunch bit is what I read. That
I was more interested in Edda's real story because, like, yeah, she was a school teacher, but she also seemingly was chasing money. I mean, there is the line in the movie that, you know, she was basically not much
And that's
better.
the bottom.
Yeah, she was already at the bottom, so why not just go with them? It is possible that was it's a real possibility that that's how she really thought, because there was also a lot of people fit her description that wandered around between San Francisco and South America. And it was possible that she was just going to, you know, trying to find the richest person that she could be with, which at that point in time in the early 1900s.
But this movie, for the purpose of this movie, they make it a love story.
Yes.
Right? Like forget
Well,
her reality.
she was coupled with Sundance.
and it's a confusing love story because you've got that whole scene with that you were talking about, that icky scene where Sundance Kid makes her undress at gunpoint. Then it seems like it's just kind of a game, and then Butch shows up the next morning on the bicycle and riding around, and you can tell that she's really much more happier around him. And then it's the whole like,
well, he's a happier guy.
yeah, and then it's the whole like Sundance raindrops keep falling on my head sequence, which is so weird. Just it's very weird.
I mean, I think what I get out of that is like this is where they would have been happy. This is what would have made both of them happy. Leave the life behind and just do this thing because they're both happy.
Well, I think that the whole thing about, you know, this is the future with this bike and then leaving the future behind to go to Bolivia to just do what they had been doing.
Or is Sundance the raindrops that keep falling on their heads and ruining their fucking lives? Could be.
Mm-hmm, could be.
Yeah.
I think that's way too smart an analysis for this movie, but yeah.
Well, I think
that's in retrospect to kind of way I feel about it, right?
Yeah, because it's okay. First of all, I love that song. I don't care if it's a weird scene.
The song is fine. It really is. It's just it's very weirdly placed. I do agree with Chuck. Probably that's what George Roy Hill's going for. I know Redford didn't like it, but then he retroactively did like it because it was such a hit. But it's like it still doesn't work in my opinion.
Yeah, right.
You know. So say whatever you want, Redford. I think your initial instinct was right.
It is a good tune, though.
It's like, what movie are you making? You know, what's the tone of this movie?
Right. Well, I think that's why I think everybody likes the first half of the movie more, because there is a lighthearted comedy element.
Yeah.
Because there is one. There is one. Sure. Yeah. And there's one moment when we get to it that I guffawed. That fucking killed me. Yeah, I think you already know what that moment is.
There are funny moments. I mean, it's this what makes the movie so frustrating for me. I will say,
because the second half of the movie, except for one moment, is not very funny.
No, it's not.
There's the one kind of ironic moment.
Yeah.
But that's Strother Martin being funny.
Yes,
you know?
His character is very funny. It was a nice breath of fresh air, actually. The one shot I love in that raindrop sequence, though, is when the camera is set really low and on a dolly, and it's shooting them through the gaps in the fence while they're on the bike together.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the sun is shining through it, and you get kind of like that flicker effect, like the old silent films that they're evoking in the beginning of the movie and in the middle before Bolivia. It's like, man, that's some top-notch shit right there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was almost like a pretty good director was making this movie.
Yeah, and also Conrad Hall, who's a slouch behind a camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's some real competency there. Yeah.
I mean, I think top to bottom, there is competency. I just think it lands in a place that it didn't. It was almost too competent, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
It almost feels like too, like even that middle part, which isn't the crux of the story, but all of that sepia, however you say it.
Yeah.
sepia.
All that, like that, it's a 10-minute part of the film that is telling the story of when they're in New York. It's like we're missing a lot that they probably actually wanted to tell.
Yeah.
In this movie that might have made the end make more sense. Maybe there's a reason it turned for the worse. That wasn't just we're in Bolivia now. I don't know. But
Yeah, because like I mean, there are good pictures in that, right? Like you can get the impressions
They got
from
married
each
and
character. Yeah, like you can see that in the pictures. And again, maybe it's too competent. Like you're telling too much story. Now wait, whoa, hang on, let's go back. What's this? What's this moment? What's the, like it's so competent in setting the right pictures that it's leaving us as the audience saying, hey, whoa, wait, I want to go back to that. What are we missing here?
Some of this, I think, is a deficiency in the script. I know this is another William Goldman. We really liked his script. Well, for the most part, I think we liked his script for All the President's Men. But the script of this one, I think it spends its time in some of the wrong places. If I'm being honest, you don't really get to know these guys as much as you're with them. You don't.
no, you just know they have a back and forth like banter.
It's
is
a
all
rapport
it
and a
really
banter.
is.
That's all it is. Yeah. Yeah. It's just so
and-
shallow. Yeah.
So Pauline Kael's right about the lobbing. It is a lot of lobbing, and it's not one way. Like I think Redford does a lot.
He does a lot more in the second half, but he's also kind of like mean spirited in the second
Yes,
half.
he's just mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, as much as I think it's very easy to like Paul, it's very easy to like Paul Newman, regardless
Yes.
of the movie you're watching.
Yeah, I want to eat that man's dressing. Does he have any dressing?
He does have
food I
dress.
can
He
eat?
also has some. He also has some spaghetti sauce. If you want some spaghetti sauce,
Here's
too.
some good news. I actually want to eat something right now. For real.
That's good.
news.
Yeah, that's good. You're getting over your illness. But the I mean, Butch is kind of an idiot. Is how I felt at the end. It's like, oh, he keeps
He's a clever idiot. Yeah.
yeah,
He
but man,
reminds me like I'm sorry, Jeff, to interrupt.
no, go right ahead. No, go right ahead.
It feels like George Clooney based his Oh Brother character a lot on Butch Cassidy.
But that old
From
brother
this
character
movie.
is 10 times I feel safer around the old brother character than I do Butch.
Maybe, but they both run it like it's weird the similarities between those two characters. Like I'm surprised Butch Cassidy never said, "Man, we're in a tight spot." Or,
I mean, they were, and they decided to jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree with that, though. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's a good call
Yeah.
there, Chuck. Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't be shocked if he did sort of, because it's
It
a little
feels
bit.
a lot like it.
It's like somebody who definitely thinks they're more intelligent than they are, and they're a little bit too eager to tell you how smart they are.
Yes,
right?
and the people that are following you are because you get results, not necessarily because they believe in you.
Yeah.
Or
you kinda
like-
surround
Oh, yeah,
your-
'cause
and you
this
surround yourself with idiots, right?
Yes.
Well, except, I mean, to be honest with you, it feels like Lurch was the man with the plan.
He had a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, I guess. I mean, it's the idea that really ended up getting them in hot water. But yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, this is their job. And I mean, it was eventually the hot water was going to spill on them anyway.
It's true.
I mean,
Very true.
Catherine Ross says as much. It's like, I'm not going to watch you die because that was, and
Whom?
Sure,
Cassidy
Jeff
guy?
Corey.
Oh.
Jeff Corey. He's also. It's like no matter what you do, you're going to end up dead. It's like that's written in the. That's written already for you. It doesn't matter if
Is he the guy they tie up
he's
in
the
house?
sheriff. Yeah, he's Sheriff
When they
Bledsoe.
make tie him up.
Yeah.
Jeff Corey's an
You're the
interesting
most
guy.
you're the most affable man I've ever met, but you're still a two-bit Two-Bit Bandit, is that what you call him? Yeah.
Yeah, and sorry, I get mean when I'm when I'm in stress. Yeah. Jeff Corey's an interesting guy. He was blacklisted in the 50s. And it wasn't until the 60s he got back. But while he was blacklisted, he became an acting teacher. Had some good success there. So
Nice.
One other cool shot, like before, because we buzzed by the beginning. Have we even started talking?
Not really. I mean, if you want, if this is where you want to start, let's start.
So the beginning of the movie, you have, I can't even remember what Butch was doing before is he casing a bank to start the movie?
Yeah.
He's casing a bank, and then he ends up at a poker table where Sundance has been accused of cheating.
Yeah.
And the guy stands up and he's like, you got to get out of here. And Butch is like, just invite us to stay and he won't, nothing bad's going to happen.
Which apparently Sam Elliott was in that scene.
Yeah, he's one of the unseen guys.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear his voice. Yeah, his voice was his mustache was just on the table.
Yeah, it's got cards and it's like holding it with his mustache, the ends of the mustache.
You see a mustache shuffling a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, once the guy realizes that he's Sundance, he kind of backs off of the whole thing, and he's like, okay, I invite you to stay. Why don't you stick around? And he walks away. And I can't remember what he says to him. He says, hey, kid.
Are you really that fast?
Are you really that fast? And then he shoots his gun off of his hip and into a corner. And it actually looks really good. There's a weird, like, Paul Newman running in the background towards the window. I'm like, what the fuck is it?
That's an edit thing that always happened back then. But yeah, even in movies that won Oscars for edits, when there was gunfire like that, there was always a weird cut. Like, yeah, I don't know. You'll see it in a million movies of that era.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to mention that was cool. And that's where we meet them, like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. They're just kind of goofy.
And the movie has started with like the like old silent sepia tone flicker pictures, right? And then it transitions and still in sepia tone for that scene where he goes to case the bank and then the gambling scene, and then it gradually goes into the color, probably Technicolor, I would imagine at the time, maybe.
It felt like a little too Wizard of Oz sticky to me, but
maybe I don't know. I stylistically, I was like, all right, I kind of like it. It didn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that it set the idea of a kind of fantastical past, right? Because like a lot of movies that are about like actual bandits like that, where they're the protagonist, I think you have to be set up in that kind of, it has to be set up as kind of a fantasy.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of by transitioning it from like, the old photographs to the flickers, it's kind of like, this isn't just the next, I guess, medium that we're telling this story in, right? It's a little bit like the old Western, penny novels, right? I don't know. That's the sense I got of it. Was that, we're telling another kind of tale of the West here. Yeah.
So from here they go back to their gang, and this is when Ted Cassidy, who's like literally Lurch.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I've got, I'm going to take over this gang because, I mean, like, to be honest with you, I could understand that, right? Like, right out of the gate, it does seem like Butch Cassidy is not much of a leader. He's a guy, like you say, he gets results, right? But like, he doesn't seem to be that bad of a guy. Like he doesn't, like you find out later he's never killed anybody. But it's like maybe he plays it a little safer. Like, he's wanted, but he probably plays it a little safer than like actual hardened bad guys. That's the way he's kind of seemingly set up.
And in reality, he's the most successful train robber in the history of America. Yeah.
Good old Butch.
Yep, Butch. I was wondering when Butch was going to be mentioned.
Man, Ted Cassidy, he was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, raised in Philippi, West Virginia. He went to West Virginia Wesleyan College. I know where all these places are. I grew up in West Virginia. For my listeners, for our listeners, my listeners.
For his
My
listener. Do you hear that, Chuck?
He Philippi is in the Tiger Valley, Tiger River Valley. I went to sleepaway camp, Camp Tiger.
That's where we found out some things about Jason.
And the land of Ted Cassidy, Lurch. Anyway.
He was also the Gorn, and he was also in my favorite original Star Trek series episode, the one that I have a poster over my shoulder.
He was the Gorn. I did not know that.
Yeah, he was the giant in What Are Little Girls Made Of?
Oh yeah.
Which is
I don't know what the Gorn is.
It's Lizard Guy.
The lizard guy from Star Trek.
You'd know it if you saw it because it's pretty famous.
It's when Captain Kirk.
I know.
He makes
Gorn.
popular his double fisted punch.
Yeah.
He's like doing the victory celebration, but punching people.
Yes. People. That's exactly right. Yes.
That's exactly right.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Smack! Smack!
Butch is basically he's going to be challenged for leadership here, and he's like, hey, you want guns or knives? And he's like, man, look, I don't want to have to shoot you. It's like, all right, knives it is. And, he's telling, in that kind of playful way, he's telling Sundance to bet on the other guy, or whatever. And, then he's like, whoa, wait a minute here, Harvey, let's talk about the rules. And he's like, what rules? And he kicks him in the nuts. And then he's like, this guy's plan to rob the train going both ways. Let's go ahead and do that one anyway.
Butch thought of that.
Yeah.
Doesn't Butch
exactly what
do
we're going to do.
the same Kirk punch there too? Doesn't he two-hand punch him across the face like that?
Well, he might have to. I mean, that
maybe.
is
Maybe
Ted
he
Cassidy
does,
is a big dude, but he definitely kicks him in the balls first.
Yes,
so.
he does, and then he hits him. But I think it's a double-handed punch.
It might have been.
Might have been.
That's funny.
But that wasn't significant to me at the time. I was
might have learned it from Shatner.
Yeah, it's the only way you could take him down. Yeah, make it look believable.
You're gonna fight Ted Cassidy. This is how you do it. Yeah,
it's been shown as proof before. Yes,
sure. But yeah, so like that goes right into, all right, here comes the train, and they're able to stop the train, and they pull the engineers out to keep them from taking off. And this is the first time we meet Woodcock.
Yeah.
Woodcock is a hell of a loyal employee, isn't he?
See, I'm just having fun at this point in the movie.
I sure am too.
This is funny. They're like, they don't want this guy to get hurt. It's like that rich man, millionaire is not worth dying for, but this guy's got his honor and his loyalty. His integrity is at stake here. He's gonna not give up the train car with the safe in it.
And they blow up the door to the train car, which gets the guy hurt. But they check on him. It's like, hey, you all right there, Woodcock? And they get the money out of the safe. So it's
like, Woodcock, you all right?
Yeah.
He's like, wait, kind of wake him up. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. By the way,
all right. See, this is nice. He's like, they don't really want to hurt anybody,
Right. Multiple people in this movie also show up in Blazing Saddles.
Oh, really?
George Firth being one of them. I think he was. I don't remember who he played in, but he's in it, and so is Kenneth Mars, the marshal, who we see in the very next scene, who's trying to, or at least, Kenneth Mars, he's also in Young Frankenstein. He's the cop with the wooden arm.
Yeah.
But the marshal is trying to get a gang to go after Butch Cassidy. None of them seem all that moved by the speech to say, oh, we're going to get these guys and we're going to show them the law or whatever.
Police Inspector Hans Wilhelm Kemp.
Yeah. But I like that, Marshall is trying to get trying to get all the guys rounded up for the posse, but they're just over there in the whorehouse. They're over in the brothel.
They're right behind him
He's
watching.
right
the whole
behind him
thing.
watching, and like watching them like try to get guys. And at this point in time, like Sundance is just kind of watching along. He's not as paranoid as he becomes later.
Butch,
Well, I mean,
boy, I just eat this up with a spoon.
at this point in time, like before Pinkerton, which we're gonna see very soon here, like this is still the Old West.
Yeah.
And there was no seriousness at all in, like, they would marshal people or whatever, but there was no seriousness at all in tracking down these gang members in the Old West. It was, but they call it lawless because it's lawless, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, what you end up doing is having the other guys, the bounty hunters are going to be the ones who kill the it's not,
yes,
it's not often going to be the locals.
And they're other former criminals most of the time, or a lot of the time.
Pat Garrett, a former member of the of that Young Guns crew.
Yes,
but
William H. Bonney's gang.
Yeah, but he's one of the few actual successful sheriffs to get the guy. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Wyatt Earp is a different story, but he was successful too, I guess.
Well, he was. Yeah, I guess with Wyatt Earp, that was more about. Well, yeah, I guess because they were defending the OK Corral, right?
Yes.
So I don't think he was necessarily on a manhunt. Like,
no, not until later.
No.
Yeah,
but he was also. He was, a successful lawman, right?
Yes.
Sure. He wasn't.
So
he was never on the dark side. Turned
right,
to the law, right?
He was probably just a rancher who's like, hey, you'll do. You're a sheriff now.
He's like the other Kevin Costner role, but more contemporary, Elliot Ness,
Yeah.
yeah. He played them both.
Yeah, he did.
After this is when we meet Etta for the first time, when Robert Redford's like, I'm going to go find a woman. I don't know how long it'll take. Obviously setting us up, which is kind of annoying because we don't know when he's in her room at first that he knows her. Because he said he was going searching for a woman. It's like, oh, you fuck. That's mean filmmaking right there. Don't make me think.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That is not. It's not fair to us because probably everything I knew about this was, oh, she's one of their girlfriends. And it's like this is how we're introduced to it. I'm sure. Yeah.
I didn't even know she was Etta because I don't know the actress. Like.
Well,
so,
she was in The Graduate.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair, but I didn't recognize her.
Yeah.
In the scene, it's really dark in that room too. Honestly,
I didn't. Yeah. Well, I didn't remember the character from this movie. I knew that was Catherine Ross when I saw her, but I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how involved she was. Like, I really, literally did not remember much of this story at all.
She was also in the better. Stepford Wives movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
It's really the only one that remake is.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
It's the remake, like the Nicole Kidman one, I'm guessing.
It's like saying there's two Wicker Man movies. There's not.
I don't know, man. I like watching Nicolas Cage punch a bear.
Fair enough. Who doesn't? It is kind of fun to watch a parody of like my favorite movie of all time sometimes.
What's in the bag? A shark?
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
I'm missing digress today.
Yeah, it's all right. So basically, this is when it's like he's there. He forces her to undress at gunpoint, and then she's like when you think, oh, gross, then she's like, why are you always so late? And then they do the thing. Yeah.
It's like, oh shucks, but still never really shed that ick the whole rest of the movie.
Sundance doesn't make it easy to.
Right, exactly. I never see like the connection between them. It's the whole thing. He got there first, and you get the sense that she just feels captive by him the rest of the movie, and he reinforces that.
Be around Butch,
and there you go. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Because immediately the next scene, it's painfully obvious that she's much happier with Butch.
Right, and it's like, why? I don't know. Why don't we get more of the psychology of that between the two of them?
there's a lot left on the table there, and I feel like maybe New York, just the way that this movie goes in the second half and how angry Sundance is, like immediately in the second half, I feel like something happened in New York that we just don't know.
Yeah.
But I can only surmise that to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's like either he just thinks Bolivia is a shithole out of the blue, or something in those pictures was from a moment in which he's tired of not being of all of it.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was some kind of infidelity because they were married, or maybe he just got jealous. Or
well, yeah, because there is that one scene where they're like, well, we'll get to get to that.
When he snaps her. It's that scene, but we have a little bit to go to get there. Yeah.
Yeah. So he well, that's not even what I was talking about, Jason.
Okay.
But we'll get there. But yeah, so like this is the raindrops keep falling on my head scene where like basically, oh god, Newman is pretty funny, and when he's circling the house,
he's pretty
like calling
on a
her,
bicycle. Like he's doing some pretty tough like stunts when he's like riding it on his stomach. Like, what? I mean,
down a hill. I'm just riding with her over that terrain seems difficult when she's on the handlebars.
Like, they could have both wiped out, and the movie's over. You know,
I was kind of impressed with his ability there.
Well, and for Butch, this is the very first time in history he's done.
Yeah, exactly. He just probably stole this bicycle. Yeah.
No, it was sold to him. There was a salesman. There was a salesman.
Well, there was a salesman, but it doesn't mean he sold the bike. He could have stole it from the salesman.
Yeah, he could have taken it from him. We don't actually see him buy the bike, is what Jason's saying.
But it is mentioned later how frivolous he is with money, so he may have just bought the bike. Yeah.
Right, because he lives in a world where the next paycheck is whenever he wants it to be.
Yeah.
Right, up until this point, like talking about the easiness. I don't want to say it's easy to rob a train, but how easy it was for him to get money.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Yeah. They're like riding around on the bike, and this is when Etta asks, "It's like, do you think if I met you first, I'd be with you instead of Sundance?" And of course, Sundance comes out, it's like, what's going on out here? And it's like, stealing your woman. Like, all right, you can have her.
You can have her.
And he just goes back to bed. And I mean, again, pleasant, fun moment. These guys, they're all good friends. Maybe there is a triangle. Maybe they share. I don't know, but it's all fun and games right now.
Yeah.
The next
Woodcock gets hurt.
so here comes the next thing. So they show up, and they're going to get the train on the way back now, and they stop the train, and they're like, all right, open up or whatever, and they find out that it's Woodcock in there. And they ask him, it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? How's everything going with your arm or whatever? And he's about to open the door to talk to him. And he's like, well, I don't think that's very nice of you to
fool me like that.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But what they do is they pull the large woman on train, as she's cast as, is out there basically saying, I'm not afraid of you, whatever. And like they make it sound like they are hurting her if Woodcock doesn't open the door.
Right. Again, speaking to the, like, people on trains were like, oh, they're robbing the train.
Yeah.
Like, it was just part of life until today.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
I want to see a movie where somebody tries to jump on or stop a bullet train in just jump onto it like they would have in this. Like in these times.
Getting their everything broken.
Yeah, it's like a 5-second movie.
Yes. Yes.
They jump onto it and then they just explode into like a blood bag or something.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, it's over.
See, I thought you were going to make a joke about the movie Bullet Train.
No, everybody was already on the train in that movie.
But that also had Brad Pitt in it, who a lot of people compared to Robert Redford in his
That's fair.
career. Yeah.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Because not all Brad Pitt movies are hits either.
Nope.
At least with me.
In the words of Bad Santa, well, they can't all be winners, kid.
Yeah. But anyway, so they open the door and they see that the safe has now been reinforced. And Butch says, like, well, why would you go and do that, Woodcock? It's like, yeah, this is, it's like, well, I'm still employed by Mr. whatever the guy's name was, E.L. Fudge, E.H. Harriman.
E.L. Fudge.
Yeah. So they, so like, he's like, all right, well, we're going to get the dynamite. And this line
amazing.
Fucking kills me, because Butch is like, well, that ought about do it. And then there's a giant explosion. And then Sundance, use enough dynamite there, Butch?
It's a hell of an explosion. And
my God.
And it looks really good. I imagine they did some force perspective there.
I'm guessing.
But my goodness, it looks like it explodes right behind them.
Right in their face.
I was pretty impressed, yeah.
Yeah. But the whole, well, that ought about do it. And then immediately,
It looks like they were surprised by the explosion outside and that, like, it looked legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's like the explosion of the gas station at RoboCop.
This is a big explosion.
It's like famously was way bigger than anyone expected.
They forgot to take the gas out.
like
this train is made out of gasoline.
Like 2 city blocks.
But yeah, so they end up getting the money goes everywhere, and while they're trying to like scramble to get the money, another train comes in. It's like, well, who the hell's that? And out comes a fucking bunch of horses with, I mean, it's like a clown car full of horses and cops on them.
It's kind of like, well, I like your clown car reference, but it feels like to me like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the way it looks like with the train and stuff like
train,
that. It's like impending
and almost futuristic for the time.
It's the East catching up to the West. Right?
The industry.
So they have to. So at this point, it becomes effectively a chase movie.
Yep.
Because
and pretty cool. I kind of like this stuff, even though it drags a little bit. I like it.
It's a bit long, but
stepped away, but I like everybody likes a good chase, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I like how they're trying to science the whole thing out, right? Like, where do we go that makes it harder for them to catch up to us? How do we get someplace that will make it hard for them to even follow us? Mm-hmm. And what, and are they going to shoot at us, or are they just going to capture us? But this really is when, like, to me, this is the turn for Sundance, where whatever possible redeeming qualities he had, I think disappear at this point. Well, start to disappear.
I think he knows, like, so they're legends, right? They're legendary men in this time. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone knows who they are. Well, once they start to piece together who's following them, and they realize that they're legends as well, especially Sundance is like, this, no matter what, this is it.
Yeah.
And Butch is always going to be like, I could figure out a way out of this. Even till his dying breath. He's like, and again, it's a little tongue in cheek there, but still, he always believes there's a way out. And Sundance now knows there is not. He's willing to die in like 10 minutes in the movie time, go down in a blaze of glory, but somehow Butch talks him out of it, and we'll talk about it in a moment here.
Yeah. We're pretty much there,
Yeah, so I mean, like, the key figure in all of this is Lord Baltimore.
I love that name.
Yeah, because trying to figure, it's like, because it's like it's an Indian guy, but he uses some sort of British name, and like they're trying to remember, and it's like, wait, Lord Baltimore? It's like, oh boy, this is bad news if he
can track people over rocks.
Yeah, he can track
things people can't do.
Yes, and then there's Joe LaForce is the lawman that's with Lord Baltimore, and this is bad news. This is like, they're gonna get caught.
Right, because they tried splitting up with the horses, like running one horse off and doing that cool jump in the middle of the night, and that doesn't work. They go up the side of a mountain. That doesn't work. Yeah, the only thing that works is like jumping off a fucking cliff into the water, which is desperation at its finest right there. They could have died or should have died, probably.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the worst thing that could possibly happen is that LaForce gets the high ground. They're pinned in at this point.
Right. And which they gave him, they kind of gave him the high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a bad move.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is the point where
it is some crazy tracking skills though. Like
it's insane. Real. I really would like to know how much of that is reality.
Me too.
And if they actually escaped, because I think it really legitimately would have been Pinkerton, honestly, but maybe probably not. But if they actually escaped them by jumping into like a river and floating away. Or if that's all fabricated. Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
There's this really I don't know if there's ever been a movie made about that, but there was this really interesting movie that came out a few years ago with once again Kevin Costner, where it told the other side of Bonnie and Clyde. It was the lawmen who were trying to track them down, and Kevin Costner, of course, played like the lead.
It's called The Lawmen, isn't it?
It's called the Highwaymen.
The Highwaymen.
Yeah, Highwaymen. Yeah,
yeah. It is.
I didn't see that, but I was interested.
It's a pretty good little flick, and
Kevin Costner can make some pretty good little flicks from time to time.
He does.
Yeah.
And pretty good little flicks. We've been circling Dances with Wolves for a long time. I know.
Yep.
We've been dancing with Dances.
I can't believe we've done The Postman and we haven't done Dances with Wolves.
Well, it was the power. It was the power of Tom Petty.
The power of Tom compels you.
Gave us our greatest Film Seizure meme. So
it's very true.
Well, I don't know about that.
What's the greatest?
What's the greatest one?
The Star Trek 6 one.
Oh God, yeah. That
one's pretty good too.
That is easily the best one.
I want to see that one again. I like it so much.
Oh my. But anyway, to your point, Chuck, I would like to see the other side of it. Because they never mentioned the Pinkertons in this, but it's the Pinkertons, right? That's who's chasing them down.
It would have to be. I mean, I would think. I mean, what is being stolen has to be that. I mean, yeah.
I just don't know why they don't call him because even in The Coward versus Jesse James, I think they call him. They actually refer to them as Pinkerton when they kill Jesse James's half brother and all that shit. I think is in the movie. I don't know. I know a lot about this history and I don't know why.
So the TV show Deadwood does a really interesting job with the Pinkertons as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yes, agree.
But that's also like more fiction than fact, also, which is weird. It like uses a lot of blending of a lot of stories. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I think
it kind of starts very heavily like Western fact with the Bill Hickok story, and then it kind of goes off into its own thing.
It has its only so much story it can tell with Hickok. Right.
Right. Yeah. Because this is End of Days. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Anyway, another digression. I'm sorry.
No, I like that stuff. I like Western stuff.
Westerns.
Chuck, you want to talk about Jonah Hex and some of those guys from DC? Those are good comics.
I haven't read Jonah Hex actually.
It's good stuff. I like Jonah
I never really read much either. I bet I would like it. Yeah,
probably. Yeah. Anyhow, so this is where they're like, okay, well, Sundance is like, all right, get ready because as soon as we start seeing, we need to start shooting. And this is when Butch says, I've never killed somebody before. And it's like, well, it's a hell of a time to tell somebody that.
Wait.
No, it's at this point. Because
he does that later when the guys have the money
that's in Bolivia with the Bolivian thieves.
That is right.
Yeah.
Because he's hiding it here because all he wants to do
is he just keeps saying let's jump. And
let's jump because
the thing that's divulged here is that Sundance can't
swim. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. This you don't really know, like you would think. I mean, again, this is also kind of playing to Butch's kind of more happy-go-lucky. There's always a way out. If we're slippery enough, we'll always stay ahead.
Right.
But Sundance knows that it's going to be a shootout that ends that where their road ends, basically.
Right.
But it's a funny moment though, because Butch wants to jump. He doesn't want to fight it out, right? Because in his mind, fighting it out is certain death. But Sundance doesn't want to jump because he can't swim, which implies that he thinks he'll survive the fall. To which Butch says, "Hell, the fall will probably kill you."
Yeah.
So it's really funny writing. Like, this is where you get a little bit of that clever William Goldman stuff, right?
Yeah, because that's pretty good too. Because it's like he thinks the only way to survive is to jump, but he also knows they're probably going to die anyway. Yeah.
But in some ways, like maybe he thinks it's his best chance because he can't survive a gunfight.
Yeah.
Right. But Sundance, he thinks his best chance because he can't swim is to fight a gunfight. So they're both kind of playing to their strengths.
Their strengths, yeah, because like Sundance, the one thing that Sundance has going for him is that he's a crack shot,
right?
So he's he thinks he can just gun these people down, lickety split.
And this is easily the most famous scene in the movie.
Oh yeah, because then they decide ultimately to jump, and they take off, and Sundance is like, "Oh shit!"
You're drowning me.
Yeah, because he keeps holding on to Butch. Yeah, and he's like, it keeps putting him underwater.
If you drown me, I'll kill you.
But they take off down the rapids, and they're able to basically get back to Edda's place. Get it?
Yeah.
Edda's place. Yeah.
Anyway,
I get it.
So they get back. They get back to her, and this is where they come up with the idea that maybe Bolivia will be a good place to go, which that's half a continent away. That would be like me saying, "You know what, guys? I think I want to go to Bolivia." Wait.
Well, if you have the greatest tracker in the world on you,
you got to go someplace far. Yeah,
you gotta go.
And he's already talked about Bolivia as a place he knows of. Right.
Because Sundance has no idea where the hell Bolivia is.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I had to double check to make sure it was South America. In fact,
and it
it's kind of like the Dog Day Afternoon Bake conversation about the city in the Midwest,
Wyoming.
Yes, he's like, Wyoming's not a country. Sorry, go ahead.
Shit, what I was going to say, I lost it.
That's my bad.
Well, basically, it's at this point, it's determined that it's like, well, Edda knows Spanish. My guess is that she teaches Spanish or she teaches English to Mexican kids. What I was guessing.
Could very well be. Yeah, I remember what I was going to say. It's mentioned earlier about going to Bolivia, and he brings up, well, if you we're going to go to California for the gold rush. If you wanted to go get gold, you'd go to California, and you would have gotten there for the gold rush, right? So it's almost like he's like, because you do the same thing in Bolivia. It's like they've got all sorts of precious metals and mines and mining operations, all that kind of stuff. So you kind of think he's trying to think ahead, like he's finding the next gold rush, and they're going to work for a living. But no, he says, we're just going to rob them all.
Yeah.
We're going to steal all their gold
right.
after they mine it. It's his plan.
But so he, because he says he knows a little bit of Spanish, which is total bullshit. He knows no Spanish. He knows none Spanish.
My favorite face acting in this movie is when the first time a guy talks Spanish to him at the bank.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is.
I'm like, okay, that's good fucking Paul Newman acting right there.
Yeah. So yes,
to his credit though, in defense of Butch, he said he knew his way around a menu.
Sundance says that.
Oh, Sundance says that. Oh,
Sundance says you know Spanish. Butch knows a little Spanish, and I know my way around.
A menu. Okay, all right. Never mind. I thought for some reason that was Butch that said that.
It's all good.
So this is also right. I think right before they go to Edda, this is when they try to convince Jeff Corey, Sheriff Bledsoe, to arrest them and put them in the army.
Yeah.
To go fight against the Spanish, the Mexican War, the war with Mexico.
They won't even have to make us officers.
Right. And yeah,
There's a special kind of ignorance in that.
truly.
That's so funny.
Well, he gets a big dose of reality in this scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because they go back to the town because they have to ask the whatever the guy, old Happy or whatever they call that old guy, to go downstairs and tell them we went that way, basically. And it's like, and Butch is like, man, if he told me I left town, I'd believe it. But yeah, so that's how they shake the trail, basically.
Oh, and Butch picks out his favorite whore, who is Cloris Leachman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cloris Leachman is like the most winningest person in the Emmys history.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
For what? Like, was she on a daytime show for a while? Like, what did she, or
No, she,
Mary Tyler Moore, maybe?
yeah.
do they even give Emmys to daytime shows?
Well, no, there's daytime.
They're
Emmys.
daytime
yeah, because
Emmys. They're
Suzanne-
separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Susan Lucci or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she'd won 2 for Mary Tyler Moore, and then a bunch of others, like just through the years.
She was on variety shows and shit too,
Yep.
right? Like,
Yep.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting little factoid there you gave us. I wish the fact bat dropped in for
This
that.
is the fact, Pat. This is our second Cloris Leachman mention. She was in the Last Picture Show. Heartbreaking performance in that.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's a good movie.
That's what she won her Oscar for.
Oh yeah, she did win for that. Yeah,
That's a good movie.
it is a very
Sure
good
is.
movie.
There is.
Yeah, go check that episode out if you haven't.
And there's another Mel Brooks. There's another Mel Brooks person.
absolutely.
Yeah, for Young Frankenstein.
I mean, probably one of the more memorable performances from Young Frank.
Well, yeah, because every time you said her name, the horse whinnies.
Yes.
Mel Brooks was really good at getting established actors to be in his movies and just do kick-ass comedy.
Oh,
He also
yeah.
he just recognized people who would be funny.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he took established, like like he found all the Leslie Nielsens except for Leslie Nielsen.
Right. Yeah. So basically, this is where we get into what is effectively intermission by way of pictures.
Yes,
Because they decide to leave. They've got to first go to New York, and then they'll get on a boat that will take them to Brazil, I think, that will then put them on a train to Bolivia.
I think it was Argentina, but
That might have been
doesn't really matter.
Argentina. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the logistics. So yeah,
They were all over South America in reality, but Bolivia,
Yes. yeah,
Is that where they ended up in reality? As Bolivia?
they died in Bolivia. Yeah,
yes. And I think even
and
when
that
Etta
was-
left, like
it was Bolivia. Yeah,
when Etta left, they were in Bolivia, but Sundance took her all the way to San Francisco and then went back. Like he took her to in real life. I mean, is reported. Sorry, sorry.
yeah, because like a year later, the last time that Etta was ever seen was in Chile.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she went back there, and it was possible that she married some rich guy in like Paraguay or something, one of the other South African or South
wonder if she
American.
was
She's the one they don't know.
That's the one. She's the one who they don't know what happened to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of women that fit her description. And I mean, she was a fairly pretty woman too. I mean, like the real picture of her with Sundance. I mean,
I meant to do that. Go look at pictures of them. I did not.
That's another thing I kind of would have liked, if they'd done the thing where they show the real pictures at the
Up
end.
front or even at the end
At the
when
end,
they in the credits.
Yeah.
so at the end here, so in this kind of intermission by way of musical picture interlude, you got, it's effectively the opening to Cheers. Right? It's like all the sepia tone pictures and tintotypes or whatever those are called.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're basically getting a photo montage of their entire trip. And there are times where they look happy. There's times they don't look so happy. There's a time that Etta and Sundance don't look happy, but Butch does. There are times where Butch looks longingly towards, and it's like, yeah, like you said, Chuck, these are all things we could have used a little expansion
Context.
upon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's pretty, and the lady that plays her kind of looks like her.
Yeah. It's pretty good casting.
Yeah.
Definitely worked. But yeah, so they eventually, it's like there's a lot of storytelling left on the table here. To the point where you could have, the very next year you could have had all three of these people back to make that story if they wanted to cash in more.
The New York Times. The New York Times.
The New York Times. Yeah.
Jason, we haven't heard from you on that. Do you agree that there's a lot lost here, or do you not care?
No, I've agreed.
Okay.
I 100% agree.
Okay. I couldn't remember you saying that. I was just curious.
Oh, for sure. I mentioned earlier that you don't get a lot of their inner thoughts. You don't get a lot of like who they are. And you mentioned that a lot of that could have come out in New York, and I agree. So,
True.
Yeah,
Thank you.
But yeah, I 100% agree. I think it's maybe a little too lyrical at times, this movie.
Oh my God, it gets non-lyrical pretty soon. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I actually don't mind the music. I mean, aside from the great song that, the BJ Thomas song, which I love me some BJ Thomas.
I think that the stuff here with the sepia tone movies is kind of period accurate.
Yeah, I don't
kind of.
That I liked a lot because they did mix in a little bit of what you would have expected, like a South American music into once they got down there.
Yeah.
And the pictures started showing that, like they mixed that in. I thought that was all pretty clever. But it definitely is a contemporary, like 1969. The adults that went to see this movie, it would have been music that they would have liked more.
So yeah, the scene doesn't happen until after they're in Bolivia, where it uses the music that I'm particularly...
Right. I was curious, though, because you mentioned that before I went back and watched the second half. So I was like, is this it?
Oh,
this isn't that bad, but it's not great. I don't see Jason loathing this.
Yeah.
And then I found out.
You do, for sure.
Yeah.
I was
isn't it great, Chuck, when you watch something and you just know Jason's going to loathe it?
Yes. Oh, man.
Yeah,
the way I put it was I wanted to stab ice picks into my ears.
Oh, my God. I love it.
Yeah. But the montage music I thought was fun. I thought that was good.
It was the let's learn how to rob banks in Bolivia montage scene.
It's really weird too, like the choice.
Well, that's another thing that you miss. There's stuff left on the table there too.
Yeah.
Every time there's a montage, there's something left on the table, except for the montage for Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. That tells you everything you need to know about that.
There is an actual story being told within the story there. Yes.
Yeah.
They must have struck gold with that one and thought, we can do that two more times this movie.
They struck gold with it. They put their hands behind, they put their feet up on the desk and said, we're done.
We're done.
We don't need to, we keep doing the montages, but we don't need to do anything special with those. Although I will say, each photograph was interesting.
Sure.
In that montage.
Sure.
But like I said, it's probably a little too competent because now it's like, wait, slow down, stop, go back to that one or what, and it's like, yeah, it gets lost. Anyway. So yeah.
But then they're in Bolivia.
They arrive in Bolivia and instantly Sundance is like, fuck this place.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate it. This place sucks. And he's like, this could be for all, because Butch is like, well, surely not all of the country is this, where there's like just chickens and like pigs wandering around. He's like, well, no, how do we know that this isn't the garden spot of City Alpha 5?
I always say around Bolivia to come here.
Yeah. I always think whenever somebody calls something a garden spot, I think of Wrath of Khan, the garden spot of City Alpha 5.
But this is when you also,
You know what I'm talking about, Jason.
Yes.
Sundance starts to question Cassidy's actual smarts because he's like, I know more about that place in New Jersey than I can't remember the garbage.
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, really? Because I fucking grew up there, bro.
Yeah.
And I just stepped in shit. So fuck you.
Right. Yeah. And at this point, like, it's like, oh, I don't trust this guy anymore.
And he even puts Eda in her place.
Yeah. Yeah, he snaps at her because she tries to defend Butch. And he's like, no, you're here to defend me or else you'd starve. That's what he tells her. It's like, damn, that's mean.
Yeah, you'd depend on me or you'd starve.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Makes me long for the days when they were just ripping off Woodcock.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
we're gonna try and stab at some comedy now again, though. It's like so weird.
Yeah, because now they have to learn more Spanish, and Butch cheats.
Yeah, he's got a crib sheet
Yeah,
because she's Eda's trying to teach them Spanish,
and she's withholding the sex.
Withholding the sex, and she's specifically to just phrases that they would need to use in a bank robbery.
Yeah, like put your hands up. This is a robbery.
Yeah,
back against the wall.
Yeah, we want the money.
Arriba.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Vamonos.
That is kind of funny when he's reading it and they've done all the things that he's reading. It is funny.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
Yeah. Well, because again, I mean, this is where the script diverges into Butch isn't as smart as he thinks he is. And he's constantly asking for validation from Sundance, who we no longer trust. Mm-hmm. And it's a problem when this is set up as a buddy movie.
Yeah.
Like the Lethal Weapon never questioned each other. You know, not quite.
Or that should be like the shtick, right?
Right. Well,
because Lethal Weapon, they do kind of question each other.
But not in a way that it's like would be immediate possible danger.
Right.
If one fucks up,
or it's like 48 hours or something, right? Where
yeah.
They're total opposites, and they play on that for comedy. This kind of like tries to have it both ways.
Yeah, and and when they're opposite, it's kind of scary. Like,
it starts to lose its charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are times where it's like, and I will give Redford, while I do think he is dominated by Newman, because Newman's so likable always. Yeah. But Redford in this, he does at times cut a glare that makes you scared of him.
Uh-huh.
He is truly the killer of the two of them.
Yeah. And we find that out, for fact later. Yeah.
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 And it gets very dark. And yeah, I mean, this, it gets to the point where it's like now they're becoming known in Bolivia as the, what are they? Bandidos Yankees?
Yeah. The
Bandidos Yankees.
Yep.
And so, this is when now Eda is like, I'm not so sure I'm interested in sticking around any longer, because she told them that she wasn't going to watch them die. And now they've got heat on them again in a place that they don't have as many friendly places to hide.
But they decide to go straight.
Yes.
Well, before they go straight, though, they rob a bunch of banks to the Ron Hicklin Singers.
I was trying to skip that, Jason.
to a little ditty called South American Getaway that's just all do harmonies and scats that is just terrible, and I hate it. And and I really just kind of like done after that scene, but I tried to hang on.
Well, Strother Martin's about to arrive.
They could have some really cool guitar from South America, not flamenco necessarily, but like a cool, fast paced. Yes.
That
would have been cool. That montage music had a bit of that when they got to South America.
Right. But no, we get Burt Bacharach doing I don't know what the fuck. And I found a YouTube link for just this song, and it only has 10 comments.
He listens to it.
It only has 10 comments though, but the comments kill me. Great harmony here. Ron Hicklin singers and thorough Ravenscroft, top notch, simply the best.
You know, these people are 80 years old, Jason.
A forever masterpiece.
Leave him alone.
Rita says, I remember this. Thank you so much for posting this man's great music. Love you, Bert, and thank you. Rest easy, handsome.
Oh these are 80-year-olds. Jason's not going to give any quarter to any olds. When it comes
I initially thought this was the Swingle Singers' magical vocal arrangement. R.I.P. Bert. Beyond great.
That's funny.
That's fucking funny.
That's funny.
That tickles me.
Every single one of those sounds like an old that let AI write the comment for them.
But the funny thing is I think that's where AI got those comments.
I think maybe
from old internet.
It's possible that AI just writes like an 80-year-old.
They just scrub 80-year-old content across the world.
If we have any octogenarian listeners, I apologize.
Yeah, we do.
At least one.
We absolutely do.
Just that. Sorry, Dennis.
That's okay. He doesn't like this movie that much either. So
shout out to you, Dennis, though. Miss you, buddy.
I will say that back to Raindrops Keep Falling. Hal David.
Oh no.
Hal David is the lyricist. He wrote a few really banger Bond songs too. I mean, he wrote the Louis Armstrong one from On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, Hal David was a lyricist that worked often with John Barry.
That's fucking all-timer. What a song. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's like close to my favorite Bond movie, just in general.
A forever masterpiece.
Forever. Great stuff. Great harmonies with George Lazenby.
Thanks, handsome.
Top notch. Simply the best. Heart.
Oh my God, you guys are jerks.
I know. Anyway.
I was not as bothered by it.
I had to get it out of
But I do generally like Burt Bacharach and other things.
I had to pry the ice picks out of my ears.
That's fair. I mean, Burt Bacharach shows up in an Austin Powers movie.
There's nothing wrong with Burt Bacharach as a whole. Like, that's not the point.
It's not the point at all.
It's just this song that Jason just wants to hate on.
A time and a place, goddammit. Burt Bacharach is freaking perfect for Austin Powers.
Yeah, when he shows up with Elvis Costello, it's like,
that's good stuff. Ever. Oh, that's such a good version of that song too. Anyways, so basically, they decide, well, maybe we'll try to go straight.
Because they realize, sorry, I'll just say this. They realize that what's his name is there. Lord Baltimore and the other guy are now in Bolivia. LaForce? What'd you say?
LaForce.
Or LaForce? Is it LaForce?
LaForce.
You said it wrong and I got it right somehow. Yes, I think so. But I don't know
Wasn't LaForce the name of the mall cop in the Mallrats?
I think so. The only reason I've got Roy in my head is because I was like, oh, it's like George Roy Hill, but it's Roy LaForce, or I don't know. Whatever.
You might be right. I don't remember if they say his first name.
Joe
him.
LaForce.
Joe LaForce. So no Roy at all.
Real Joe LaForce guy. That's a real guy.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, never mind. I don't know.
But they see him and they're like, well, if there's not another job, then he can't, take us in. And they're all dancing around the idea. They're like, she's like, well, he can't arrest you. He can't take you back. You're in another country. And it's like, dude, they're going to fucking kill them. Yeah. That's why they're there. Right. And Sundance even says, it's like, he wants to end this here. So we should end it now. Like, there is like this whole specter ever since Sundance jumped off that cliff that he's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of in a way, like he feels it, but it's not explored here. It'd be really cool if it was explored here. That's what's one of the things that's impacting him.
I think a more serious film, and not to say that this wasn't a movie that didn't take itself seriously, but one that doesn't have the comedic lighter elements of the first half of the movie would really delve into that.
One that wanted to tell us more about these people.
Yeah. And not their relation, not this quirky relationship between these two guys. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, they decide to go work for basically the Brinks they become the Brinks of Bolivia. They're they're helping bring payroll up a mountain.
Now that's a good movie title, The Brinks of Bolivia.
Especially if it's about guys that transfer money, not just like the actual Brinks of Bolivia.
Yeah.
Dual meaning.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of both, right? Yeah. Dual meaning.
Yeah. So they meet Percy Garris, who's Strother Martin, and it's like, well, it's like, he wants to find out if they can shoot, and this is the one time where Sundance misses. Now, was that done on purpose?
It feels like he did it on purpose to fuck with the guy.
Yeah.
Feels like
better when he moves, though.
Yeah.
Strother Martin, born in Kokomo, Indiana.
I just looked that up.
Nice. Yeah. But anyway, so he's like, well, I can't promise you guys that you're going to get paid. Because you see, our payroll gets stolen by banditos all the time. But so you'll guard it.
Every time he says something, he's like, do you want to know why?
Yeah, it's really great.
Do you want to know why?
He first asks, yes, I've got lots of jobs. Would you like to ask me why? It's like, well, yeah, why do you have a lot of jobs? Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay you. Would you like to ask me why?
So basically they're the they're basically like it's a mining company that he runs. And so basically it's like they have to go down a mountain into the town where the bank is, get the payroll, then go back up the mountain. And there's the really funny line as they're coming down the mountain, because like the Butch Cassidy and Sundance are both like, look behind the bush, or I'll look up in the cliff or whatever. It's like they're like trying to figure out like where somebody would be perched for them, and Garris is like, what are you talking about? It's like
morons.
I've hired
morons on my team.
Yeah. Because they don't have the money yet. That's not when they're going to attack.
It's on the way up the mountain. That's when you can sweat.
Yeah. And then, so they get the money, and it's so funny. Like, there is another funny line here where there's like, did we hit this place back in May?
And they're like hiding in a corner.
And Sundance is like, he's kind of grimacing, like, I think so.
and then what's his name's like, come help me, Smith. And Sundance is like, am I Smith or Jones?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Live. I don't know what that means, but that's what he says to him.
Either, yeah.
Yeah. So but anyway, they're headed back up the hill, and what is it that Percy says at this point, that right before he gets shot? Something like basically, we're
good until we get to the pass, and
he says something that makes it sound like they're in the clear, and then he gets shot.
They're not there yet. You have half an hour before you need to worry, and then boom, something like that.
Yeah, and he gets shot, and they hide, and they take off. They leave the money for the banditos, and they take off.
Yeah.
And so then they circle back around to the banditos, who are now all divvying up the coins in the bags. And this is when it gets pretty dark here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they went back. I assume they kept the money. We don't know that for sure, but I assume they keep the money.
Yeah, they take the money in Martin and Percy's burrow.
Oh, yeah, because it has the A on it.
It has the A on it.
That's what gets them caught later. But yeah, did Etta leave yet? Is Etta gone at this point?
Etta is not gone yet, because they question if they can go straight. And she says there's other ways to go straight, and then they're like, yeah. And then she's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and leave.
Yeah. This scene where it gets dark, though, like Sundance is like, you get the two on the right.
Yeah.
And there's 6 of them total. So like Sundance is like, I got 4, no problem. You get the other 2. And he's like, well, I've never shot someone. And that's when he says, you picked a hell of a time to tell me. And then he's like, shoot at the 2 on the right in the center. So if you miss, you'll still hit something.
Yeah.
And then It's kind of being a little bit funny in the conversation because of the language barrier. It's trying to be funny, but then they just murder all six
Well,
of them.
the banditos reach for their guns and they have to
Yes.
defend themselves. But the whole point is that I think Sundance is planning on killing these people. Like they walk into the situation with the
He
idea
knew once they
we're
went
gonna
down
shoot
there, they
these
were
guys.
going to have to kill them.
Yes.
Yes, I think Butch thought maybe he could talk them out of it.
Right.
Right,
But-
by saying it's not our money. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's not going to work. It's like, would that work for you guys? Because it's not going to work for these guys. Yeah.
But they ran. I mean, this is starting to illustrate the point that once they caught any heat in the American West, which had been easy for them to a point, they ran.
Mhm.
And they ran to something much more difficult where there is like real bad people out there, like worse than them.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Worse than them, and they have no friendly place to hide.
right. And
They
yeah,
painted
they had to.
themselves into another corner. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's no cliff to jump off of in this corner.
No. And this is when they have the conversation with Etta. Well, Sundance is talking to her, her in bed, excuse me. She's like, I think I'm going to go. I think I have to go. And he yells, hey, or he says, whatever you need, I think, or whatever you want. And then he yells over to Butch and he says the same thing, whatever she wants. And then a really cool shot through the woods that morning when she's leaving. Like, it's actually really neat, but she takes off. And they go, I think they go straight to that little town to get food next, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody else.
This is the last 10 minutes here is they go to this little town. They sit down to eat, and a little kid finds the burrow and sees the A, and he tells somebody, and the little old man bringing out the food that's like super nervous. It's like, come on, guys. It's like, this shit's about to go down. It's like, it's pretty obvious the shit's about to go down. And he, brings the food and he's like, oh, and then he like kind of scurries away. And then the gunfire starts. What they don't know, though, is that the police aren't alone. They call in the military.
Yes.
So this town is totally surrounded now. It's like there's
Just
no
something that
way
never
out.
would have happened to them in
Nope.
America.
No, because
Maybe not for years.
probably. I mean, they would have had to probably kill the president to get the army on them like this. I mean, in the West, it was the army's not going to stretch out there unless
Not
you
yet.
know.
That's what I'm saying. Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. But yeah, they have a little shootout, and Sundance, he's a hell of a shot, man.
Oh yeah, he's
Underarm
taking down
shots up
gun.
on
Yeah,
the roofs and like pretty good stuff. But then
Butch is out of ammo.
Butch has like 6 bullets, and he's like, well, I have to run. The cute little conversation, right? About, well, he's like, I'll go get the bullets. Sundance says that. And then Butch is like, you go get the bullets. He's like, actually, I can't cover you. I have to go get the bullets.
He's
Aren't I
"God
smart?"
damn it." Yeah,
And he's wanting him to disagree with him this time. And he's like,
Yeah.
get the bullets.
yeah. You go get the bullet. I'll cover you. Which I mean, yeah, that's their. I mean, this
It's
is
the one time he wanted to be wrong, but he was right.
Yeah.
Butch. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's like I mean, like you can.
Oh. Jeff.
Again, a little bit of good face acting from about to get shot.
We lost you there for a minute.
Yeah, we
Oh,
froze
sorry.
up on us there.
Oh, sorry.
So
No, I was just
right
saying. No, I was just saying it's more really good face acting from Paul Newman because he kind of resigns himself, realizing that he's going to be out in the open. He's going to get, stands a very good chance of being shot.
Yes. But a better chance of living overall, probably, even though it's obvious that there is none
Yeah, right.
at this point. So they both end up getting shot, maybe once or twice, I don't know. And they end up like holed in this little room. And that's when we see the army coming and fully surrounding them. And,
Yeah, there's like 50 guns pointed at the door of this little building. Yeah.
Yes. And then, and then Cassidy, of course, is like, I know where we need to go next.
Yeah.
Australia.
And like Sundance is like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any more of your plans. Yeah.
And then he's like, Australia, just because I know you secretly wanted to know.
Yeah, right. And he's like, you know what's great there? It's like they speak English. It's like,
yes. And he's like, they do? But then oddly, the last shot of this movie is the poster
yeah.
for the movie.
And this is the moment that's meant to be like, well, they went out in the blaze of glory, right? Except for this is not Young Guns 2. And Bon Jovi's not on the soundtrack.
And we don't even see them technically die. It just freeze frames.
With like every gun firing on them, yeah.
And then the military guy yelling fire and
yeah, fuego, fuego,
fuego, fuego. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Like this movie.
I do like the zoom out of the freeze frame.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't normally see that. It's more of a push in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that. I thought that was nice. But I'd kind of given up caring a little bit at this point.
I think I finally like figured out what my feeling of this movie is. It's just frustration.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot in there that I think could have brought out some really great in this movie. Because you had a lot of the right people. You had a lot of the right people involved. You know, like
the brink of Bolivia greatness.
The brinks of Bolivia. So it was close, and it's just I'm frustrated by it.
Yeah,
that's my final assessment.
I mean, I still say I still give it 4 out of 5, but that's because of what's good in it is very good. But yes, like I said, it goes right up to the brink of greatness and then just doesn't jump off of it. Right, it doesn't go into the greatness. That could have been
feeling a little bit generous with a 3 myself.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, I went with the 3. Yeah,
I mean, and that's totally fair. I think that I think it's the first half is so strong that
it is really good,
and that it's like I don't know.
Well, of the AFI top 10 westerns, we have now covered 3. High Noon was number 2, and Unforgiven is number 4.
What was this, number 3?
This was number 7.
Okay.
Ahead of McCabe and Mrs. Miller, Stagecoach, and Cat Ballou, which I've never seen Cat Ballou, but I cannot imagine why this would be ahead of McCabe and Mrs. Miller or Stagecoach.
What's number really 1?
Number one is The Searchers, which
sure.
Yes, I mean it's probably the movie that movie's been remade so many times in so many different ways.
Yeah,
and has been so influential to so many filmmakers. Number
3.
Number 2 was High Noon. Number 3 was Shane.
Okay, yeah,
that's a classic. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Number 5 was Red River. Howard Hawks, Red River.
Yeah.
And number 6 is The Wild Bunch.
Okay, so so that lands just ahead of this from the same year.
Yes, exactly. Unforgiven is the only contemporary Western on here, which is
it's the movie that kind of brought back the genre.
Yes,
I think we even talked about that when we talked about,
and it's well deserved. It's well deserved,
and it's still got one of my favorite lines of dialogue about killing a guy.
Yeah. It's a good. I mean, we go check that episode out too, listeners.
Yeah,
because it's a very good movie, and I think it's a pretty good episode.
I'm a little surprised that this won best original screenplay.
Yeah.
Not surprised on the best cinematography.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. All right.
I mean, Easy Rider is what it beat, and The Wild Bunch. For original screen, yeah.
It's hard to believe Easy Rider not winning that.
I'm kind of surprised True Grit wasn't on the top 10. Is that weird?
That is a little weird.
What's strange is I would almost put the Coen brothers on there now. Yeah, I'd like to know when they made that list. Because the Coen brothers True Grit, I think, is far superior to the John Wayne True Grit.
I think they're both really good.
But they are both very good. Yes.
But I do like, I mean, I'm a big Coen Brothers fan, and it's not really a Coen Brothers film necessarily, but
it has like, it has some essence here and there of Coen, but not overtly so.
That's just surprising that neither True Grit is on there. Anyway, I interrupted somebody, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only John Wayne movie on there would be Stagecoach, right?
Yes, 1939.
Because The Searchers, did that have John Wayne in it too?
Well, you didn't say Big Jake.
Yeah, that was John
you?
Wayne also. That was John Wayne also. Yeah. So I mean, those are the two, objectively, the two best John Wayne westerns are Stagecoach and The Searchers, both directed by John Ford.
Yeah, Rhea Bravo was good too, though.
Yeah, Chisholm. I like Chisholm quite a bit. That's kind of the sequel to True Grit. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the best cinematography for this, yeah, sure. Well, I mean, it's a good-looking movie.
It is.
And then the 2 music awards.
I mean, I get it because it probably just was the populist choice. What was it up against? Let's see. For music.
So for song, I mean, nothing that I really recognize other than True Grit, which was Don Black.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a big year for westerns, 1969. Then, huh?
Yeah, it turns out
for real. Yeah.
Score. I mean, Wild Bunch was in there with score.
Yeah.
John Williams was in there.
The Reavers.
Reavers. Yeah.
Steve McQueen.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think there's an importance to this movie. I think it's worth people checking out, with the caveat that you're probably going to be a little frustrated with it. You're probably not going to like Sundance all that much.
Unless you just want to sit down and enjoy watching a movie and don't think about it too much, this would deliver in that aspect, I think.
Yeah, we think about these things so that other people don't have to.
Yeah.
Hell, even in the year of big westerns, a movie called Midnight Cowboy won Best Picture.
Yeah, modern western. Yeah,
crazy.
The only X-rated film to be nominated.
Yeah,
only 2, or to win. Only 2 were ever nominated.
Was Clockwork Orange the other one?
Yep. Anyhow, that's probably one we'll talk about someday too.
Midnight Cowboy?
Yeah.
I would like to. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
Not going to lie, after last week, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more Dustin Hoffman around these parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little divulging a little bit. Every time you said you wanted to cover Urban Cowboy in the past, I was thinking of Midnight Cowboy. So when I put in Urban Cowboy, I was like, "What the fuck? It's just a guy hanging off a thing."
like, hey, I'm trying to watch this movie here.
Hey, that's a modern western of sorts.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next? What's next? What's next?
What are next? Well, I think what are next is going to be a real banger. That's Cool Hand Luke.
Hell yeah.
Hand.
So we're gonna stick with Paul Newman. Get a little rebellious here.
Yeah.
George Kennedy winning an Oscar here for this.
Yeah, God, I love George Kennedy.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so Wednesday, the 19th of November, Cool Hand Luke. Good stuff there.
When I was a kid, I used to think it was Cool Man Luke.
I
guess it works, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So go over to filmseizure.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes, where you can follow us on the various social medias. For some of the new people we've been picking up on various places like over on Blue Sky and Threads. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hope you like our stuff. But that's where you can find all the places you can follow us, all the different sites you can subscribe to us for the actual shows themselves, if you so wish. Also, same place, filmseizure.com. This upcoming Monday, another episode of Monster Mondays where I'm going to talk about Werewolf of London.
Ooh.
Yeah.
His hair was
Werewolf of
perfect.
London. Yeah. So check that out. So that's like I said, over at filmseizure.com. This upcoming Friday at my website, bmovieeinema.com, I have a review of The Prowler. Talk about a frustrating movie. I've always thought that movie was frustrating.
yeah.
Could be so much better, and it just misses.
Damn.
Dang.
I don't know if that's the movie or if it's another movie that I wrote a review for, but I'm sorry, Chuck, I have to use this. It's so close to greatness that it's like missing a field goal at the end of a Super Bowl wide right.
Oh, fuck you.
That's how close it is to greatness. It's like when it misses hard, but it's not by much.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, that's one of those movies
out here today.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Chuck, but I mean, if it's any compensation, I did root for the Bills that year.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you.
Well, I mean, they're playing the Giants anyway.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. So until next week when we're out on the chain gang or whatever,
Yeah.
cool hand, Luke. I'm Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm Chuck Moore.
I'm Jason Oliver, and you have been listening to Film Seizure.